name is Naitiemu. I am the festival lead at Nairobi Design, and we are at Opportunity Factory. This is the venue for Nairobi Design Week 2023. This is going to be our 8th edition, and the theme is It's What We Make It. So we're expecting you guys to come here, have fun, meet designers, have experiences that will, empower you and make you see life, in a fun, new, exciting, creative way. Nairobi Design Week, yes. Personally, I joined Nairobi Design Week in 2019. So I've been there since 2019, but it was founded way before, since 2015. Yeah. I love connecting with community. I love art. First and foremost, I'm an artist. Fundamentally, I'm an artist. I create using different materials, different production, and really it's about looking deeper and finding myself. At the same time, finding myself not just as an individual, but also as a community. And so the festival presents a platform where not only do I get to meet cool creatives, I get to work on cool projects, at the same time get to involve community in this celebration. So for me, it's that part, that coming together, that showcase of art, that communal involvement, when a kid comes here and does the painting and drawing, there's that feeling, you get. Personally, coming from Kenya, right, the background we have a lot is not that in creative side, right? So I was lucky enough to have, a supporting mother who, even when I showed her that I want to do art, even though I studied civil engineering, she was still supportive, right? But how many people get that, right? A lot of times when we come to the festival, the stories we get are like, oh, my family doesn't want to support me because they don't believe that I can make it as a creative. We want to change that narrative, right? Because we can make it as creative. You can make it as a doctor, as a lawyer, but also you can make it as a designer, as an artist. It's just how much are you putting out there? How much are you solving problems? And also, just you got to have passion for it. So passion got me here. Wow, this time we've gotten even more than we ever expected. Just having these open calls, we've got like over 60 physical exhibitors, over 60 digital exhibitors. We have entertainment from different parts, like Molly Munyatiti is going to come and play Nyatiti. We've got Kake Wakake with his drums. So we've got I think if we to just look within the team, we had 60 plus applicants for crew members. So really the numbers are going to 300 just internally. And so when you look at the external output, we're really hoping that people are going to come from all walks of life. We're going to have shuttle buses, electric shuttle buses at a current stage, just to pick people from the current stage in Crossroads and bring them here to the festival. So we really are trying to make this as smooth as possible in our best capacity, That is a very important question because for a long time, the word that's going out there about Africa, about, let's say, where we come from, is always about suffering or it's the media has a way of maybe, I don't know, for some reason, picking the negatives, right? We're not saying that there's no negative, but also there is a lot of positive, right? There's a lot of positive from where we come from. There's a lot of positive from even our heritage, our ancestry, which we need to go back to. And that's why, when we look at our podcast, Africa Design, it's all about getting these stories from all over Africa. We interview creatives or people who are change makers, and they tell us about their processes. So a big part of it is about going back to where we come from, going back to the past, going back to indigenous knowledge, at the same time embracing what's coming. We have tech stuff here, but it's all about using tech as a tool, right? To bring people together, to share works creatively like this, right? And that's what we celebrate here.
Sure. I'm Adrian Jankowiak. I'm an industrial designer by profession, and I'm the founder and design director of Nairobi Design. It used to be Nairobi Design Week until this year, and we've just rebranded as Nairobi Design because we do much more than just a festival. So we're also an agency throughout the year, so Nairobi Design. So, yeah, someone in the past with a different shirt told me, I've seen him wear that shirt before. And I've worn this shirt. I wore this shirt at the first Nairobi Design Week. This is the 8th one. And to me, it's a good thing because it shows the power of slow fashion, of makers, and of quality products. So this year, of course, we have Tracing the Wild behind me. We have a partnership with British Council under the SSA Arts Shifting Narratives program with Kampala Design Week. So we're interviewing 24 creatives from around the continent for our podcast Africa Design, and that's Africa with a K. And we're also, we have lots of exhibitors here. You'll see physical exhibitors, digital exhibitors, and vendors who are selling things as well. So we have Africa Collect Textiles, who'll be doing collaborative weaving project, who'll be doing a collaborative weaving exercise during the festival as well. How the festival really comes together, we have 3 key words: play, grow, and make. And we feel like a lot of what we do is covered by those 3 words. So we like to encourage play through our visitors. We like them to encourage people to make. This is beyond the festival as well. This is kind of one of our core beliefs. And then to grow, whether that's growing plants or growing in our minds as well. So we're part of the World Design Weeks network. We're actually a board member, and we really hope that more African Design Weeks become members because we're really excited to learn from each other as design weeks across the world. Now we've got a bit of experience, so we can also share our knowledge. We've definitely been learning a lot from the other older, more established festivals, and now we're trying to pass that on with the festivals that we collaborate with internationally as well.
We are super lucky to be exhibiting a new piece that we commissioned here in Kenya, here in Nairobi, which is called Tracing the Wild. I'll talk a little bit about it, but I'm a United States-based author, writer, producer of creative work, and a curator. And for this project, we are looking at how information and data from nature can inspire creativity. I love what Netiemu said, about being sort of, life-based and looking at where we are, and what Adrian also said about being, human-centric design. We're kind of into non-human-centric design. So what we chose to do in this project is we partnered with Kenya Wildlife Trust, an incredible organization here in Kenya, works in the Masai Mara on conservation of predators in particular. And we worked with them on a project that was illuminating really the data that they have, that they collect from, in this case, from lions. And we brought together a group of artists, again, some Kenya-based artists, including our lead, the incredible sculptor, Chuma Anagbado, who made the panels that are behind me, this incredible triptych. That's the heart of Tracing the Wild. But Sovereign Nature Initiative, just to go back to my company, we're an organization. We work internationally to create projects, again, that match creatives with data from nature and ask what stories can they tell? What stories can those data tell? So in this case, we were lucky to partner again with Kenya Wildlife Trust, who offered us generously their access to their data. So what you see on the panels is traces, literally, of lions' pathways through the Masai Mara. And we focused on 3 lions, Sintame, Mamakali, and Naramat. Real lions and real data. So the squiggly lines in the center that go back and forth are actually the lines of their paths based on collar data, so based on the collaring of those lions. And then the black lines in the piece are based on human movement. So we're really, with this piece, asking the question of what stories can come out of data about nature that help us value nature in a different way and help us illuminate how we can live together, how we can coexist. I mean, our ultimate goal is to use new technology to help nature thrive and help nature be valued beyond exploitation. And organizations like Kenya Wildlife Trust are already doing that. They're already innovating and coming up with new cool ways to track lions and figure out how to prevent conflict. But here we tried to use art as a way of illuminating that conflict, that challenge, and the opportunity to get to know these amazing animals better. You'll see the faces of the lions, again, beautifully illustrated, illuminated, and painted by Chuma. But this piece is a really international collaboration. There's a data architect named Daria, based in Europe, and 2 incredible local artists that I want to shout out as well. Mercy Barno, whose sounds you're still hearing a little bit, and they're so beautiful. She actually had the chance to go to the Mara and record sounds of nature and sounds of the human beings who live in and around this area, including the people who work at Kenya Wildlife Trust on tracking lions and on wildlife conservation, and hearing songs and stories. And then her own rhythms are also part of that mix, and they're incredible. And finally, there's a local artist named Leosi Mwedekeli who made augmented reality. So if you get a chance, if you didn't get a chance already, I'll help you after this little conference. I'm happy to use your phone to actually animate and illuminate these artworks by putting your phone up to it, and they come to life through this cool animation that Leosi created. So sorry, that's me, that's Tracing the Wild, and that's our project. We're so happy to be here. And that is art and design and craft, and they don't always go together, but I think because of the background and that you both have and the leadership that you bring, it seems to me that this is an amazing spot to see how those things connect. I think one thing that is so beautiful about craft and design, as opposed to kind of art for art's sake, is we are often in the world of commerce, and we're able to talk about value and utility of things. So I love that, for example, you can get involved with this piece, Tracing the Wild. You go to tracingthewild.com. You can buy a $25 token. You're part of it. We're not afraid to talk about money and get in there, get our hands dirty a little bit and say, okay, because this is actually about, it is about generating value for Kenya Wildlife Trust, but it is not about just selling one piece for the biggest price to the biggest ego, art collector. We want to be actually talking to everybody. And so I guess I love that spirit of design and craft that comes in here, where we're really returning value to craftspeople as well, and we want to make sure that every artist that gets involved in something like this is fairly compensated, and the value comes back to them as well. A portion of the sales of the NFTs are also going to the artists as well as to Kenya Wildlife Trust. That's super important to us. And then your question also was about, and I'll just wrap up with this, is just about how the data, in a way, I think you're asking about how the data can be used in the future, and what we are learning from it. In a way, like, we're not experts on data or about lions. We're experts on art and technology at Sovereign Nature Initiative. We want to make stuff that actually allows the conservationists and the scientists to see what they're already doing and reflect on it and chew on it. And it was already happening today. It was so cool. Like the folks came from Kenya Wildlife Trust, both from the staff and folks who are out in the field, out in the Mara, doing the work and coming and saying, oh, this is the work I'm doing reflected back in a different way. Well, they are going to innovate the new ways to do conservation, the ways to take the data that we're, again, reflecting back to them with art, and it'll change it might change how they work. That would be our hope. It would kind of enriches their own work and gives them a platform to innovate even more.